Is Anthony Edwards the next Michael Jordan? I don't know. I've been seeing a lot of comparisons lately about this. But I tell you one thing, he's a very exciting, very dominant game changer. I like players that score a lot of points, and there's a lot of players like that stuff the stat sheet. But when it comes to actually controlling the outcome of the game, we're seeing something very special with Anthony Edwards. And I can't wait to see how this series plays out. The Timberwolves playing the Nuggets. Now, in the first game, the Timberwolves were 4.5-point underdogs, and they won in Denver. So what's the reward for that? They become 5.5-point underdogs for game 2 in Denver. I understand history and I understand the game, exactly the good spot there for Denver. But the Timberwolves are showing everybody in this playoff series so far that they are a dominant force. They beat the defending champ Nuggets so handily, even without their best defender, the defensive player of the year, presumably, in Rudy Gobert. So who's going to stop the Timberwolves from getting to the finals? I don't know. Who's going to stop the Celtics from getting to the finals? I don't know about that either. What's up, everybody? This is Kerry. In this video, I'm going to show you my best bets for Tuesday, May 7th. In round 1 in the playoffs, I put all these together now. The model was 22-21, so just over 500. And in round 2 so far, in the 3 games I've played so far, the model is 2-1 for an overall record of 24-22 or a 52.2% win rate. So here are the spread lines for Tuesday, May 7th. We have the Boston Celtics tonight, 7 p.m. in the Garden, taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Celtics are 12.5-point favorites now. This line has slowly creeped up. The Thunder at home against the Mavs later on tonight are 3.5-point favorites. I've already picked the Thunder as the best bet to cover the spread here, and I'll show you why in a second. For tomorrow, Wednesday, May 8th, back in New York again, the New York Knicks are 5 to 5.5-point favorites over the Pacers. So here we go. Best bets for round 2. This was 5-6, which was yesterday. I'm just going to show you what happened. And then 5-7, which is today. So the Knicks versus the Pacers, the Knicks were 5.5-point favorites for that game. And I picked them to cover the spread. Of course, they just won by 4 points last night, so that didn't happen. So on my best bet there in red, that means it didn't work. And the Wolves were 6.5-point underdogs, which again, I just don't understand. Even with Rudy Gobert out of the game, the Wolves were still dominant. So at this point, I don't think you go against the Wolves until they lose a game. And then we have the Celtics at 12.5-point favorites tonight. This is for Tuesday, May 7th. And the model thinks that the Celtics are 15.7-point favorites. So the model would pick the Celtics here at 12.5, but this is one that I'm just going to simply stay away from. The Cavaliers have a very good defense. And then finally, the later game today, May 7th, is the Thunder at home versus the Mavericks. And the model thinks the Thunder are 11.8-point favorites. The sportsbook line is still at 3.5, so that is my best bet for tonight, May 7th, the Thunder minus 3.5. I'm really enjoying the NBA playoffs now, and with the round 2, the conference semifinals, there's some really good competitive games here. There might be some blowouts like we just saw with the Timberwolves against the Nuggets, but in general, we're seeing some good basketball with some superstars rising to the top, and this is very exciting. My best bets right now are 7 and 4. So if you follow my best bets, which I list in green there, they're doing very well. Really enjoying this. Can't wait for these games tonight. See you in the next video.